My previous episodes were informative based on worldly stuff like history, technology, defense, etc. But in today's video, we are going to see about the power of subconscious mind. In today's competitive world, I think that every individual must know how to tame their brain in order to be successful. The power of subconscious mind. We have heard people use that phrase time and again, but what exactly is subconscious mind and what is its power and how can we control it? The power of your subconscious mind goes further than you might think. I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say our brains are extremely complicated regardless of gender. However, you might be surprised by how much control we have over its programming. The mind is a magnificent thing. Religions, philosophers, great thinkers, researchers, scientists, psychologists, and even esteemed psychonauts have tried their hand at attempting to unravel the complex mysteries of the subconscious and conscious. And while we know plenty, it's still a great, wondrous mystery that is at the basis of determining each human's life. Our subconscious mind makes decisions before our conscious mind even knows what's going on. That's how invasive it can be and how critically important it is that we have a better understanding of how our bigger and better half works. Before I get to that, let's first take a moment to consider the fact that your subconscious mind is like a huge memory bank. Its capacity is virtually unlimited, and it permanently stores everything that ever happens to you. By the time you reach the age of 21, you have already permanently stored more than 100 times the contents of the entire encyclopedia, that is 32 volumes, 32,640 pages of 40 million topics. Under hypnosis, older people can often remember with perfect clarity events from 50 years before. Your unconscious memory is virtually perfect. It is your conscious recall that is a suspect. The function of your subconscious mind is to store and retrieve data. Its job is to ensure that you respond exactly the way you are programmed. According to the neuro-linguistic programming model, every single second, humans are bombarded with over 2 million bits of data. It's the subconscious mind's duty to help filter through that. Otherwise, the conscious mind would be extremely overwhelmed, unable to do its job. Trying to put this into perspective, we only use 5% of the brain's capacity for memory, which means the subconscious mind controls the remaining 95%. Even though we don't know it, our subconscious mind is actively at work whether our conscious mind knows it or not. Your subconscious mind is subjective. It does not think or make reason independently. It just obeys the commands it receives from your conscious mind. This is another reason why harnessing the power of positive thinking is important to the foundation of your entire thought process. Your conscious mind commands and your subconscious mind obeys. This is where the law of attraction comes in. If you keep repeating the positive mantras, the conscious mind may not necessarily believe it, yet the subconscious mind will hear it and work on getting there. Your subconscious mind has something called a hemostatic impulse. It keeps your body temperature at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, just as it keeps you breathing regularly and keeps your heart beating at a certain rate. Through your autonomic nervous system, it maintains a balance among the hundreds of chemicals in your billions of cells so that your entire physical machine functions in complete harmony most of the time. Your subconscious mind also practices homeostasis in your mental realm by keeping you thinking and acting in a manner consistent with what you have done and said in the past. All your habits of thinking and acting are stored in your subconscious mind. It has memorized all your comfort zones and it works to keep you in them. The sense of fear and discomfort are psychological signs that your subconscious mind has been activated. But it's been working to establish those behavior patterns in the background long before you will ever notice such feelings. The tendency to commit to these patterns is one reason why habits can be so hard to break. However, when you learn to purposefully create such patterns, you can harness the power of habit and purposefully instill new comfort zones to which your subconscious mind will adapt. You can use this trick if you are planning on quitting smoking or drinking or any other addictive habits. Learning techniques to reprogram your subconscious mind will help you believe in yourself. Doing so will train your brain to be in line with your true desires, dreams, and life goals. Your subconscious mind makes everything you say and do fit a pattern consistent with your self-concept, your master program. As I told earlier, this is why repeating positive affirmations are so effective. You can actually reprogram your own thought patterns by slipping in positive success-oriented thoughts. The more in tune with your subconscious you become, the closer you will be to breaking through success. Let's see the other functions and scientific facts of the subconscious mind. Breath is under subconscious control. We forget about it as it comes naturally to us. Ancient medicine recognizes the importance of breath work and how breath is the link between the conscious and subconscious mind. When we begin to bring it into the conscious mind, we can become more deeply aware of other parts of ourselves that have been subconscious. This creates mindfulness and is the founding principle of meditation. Also, the subconscious mind likes to be left alone. Have you ever noticed how good ideas or solutions to problems you have been thinking about come to you while watching TV, while taking a bath or riding a bus or going for a walk? Well, that is because subconscious mind works best when left alone. New breakthroughs in the study of epigenetics show that our genes are not necessarily in charge of dictating our inherent traits, which means it is not solely our genes that determine who we are. There are new findings that prove our genes are in fact controlled and manipulated by how our minds perceive and interpret our surrounding environment. This means we have more control over how we can alter our many factors about the way we are by the way we interpret events and situations that happen to us. Our subconscious mind is way ahead of our conscious mind. Studies from the 70s show that the human brain begins to prepare for action over a third of a second before we consciously decide to act. The bottom line, we think we are making a conscious decision when in reality our subconscious mind has already decided for us. A research at Cornell University suggests that people make 35,000 decisions every day, with over 200 decisions alone related to food. Accounting for 8 hours of sleep, that boils down to a decision every 1.5 seconds. How many of those choices are made with conscious awareness? Thank goodness we have a subconscious mind to guide us through the day. And like most things, subconscious decision making can be two-edged sword. We shouldn't even try to take charge of every decision we make. We can use the following strategies to live in harmony with your subconscious mind. Act naturally. Stop believing that your negative thoughts and feelings should not even be there in the first place. Thinking that what is happening to you shouldn't happen is one of those mind-boggling attempts at denial. It is 100% normal and natural to carry negativity. There is nothing wrong with you. Everyone has it. You are not immune to negativity and no one is immune to negativity. You will never be negativity proof is what I'm saying. And you shouldn't want to be also. Negativity can be valuable. Here's the thing. When negative points of view appear, there they are. Negativity is just a mindset. A mindset, one among many. The real trouble begins when you believe you shouldn't be in that mindset at all, or that it is somehow an unfair burden. That is when you and I start making a mess. Slow down. All this bad stuff tends to happen on autopilot. We don't make a conscious choice to be miserable. You were only under a negativity or sad space because you saw it that way. Someone told you negativity was bad and your mind started to do the overthinking. thinking scenarios that will never happen, enacting an entire pity party in your mind, etc. Well, we all have been there. You were temporarily programmed to focus only on the negativity. So, negativity came to you and your subconscious mind. But it's not an obstacle or barrier when you understand how to work with it. It is okay to slow down and think things through. Take the fears and concerns of your subconscious mind seriously. Address them. Remember, happiness or sadness is just a matter of choice. Even during an emotional storm, if you decide to stay calm by shutting your brain to any negativity, you actually can. By the way, crying is not bad either. If you decide to vent out your feelings, that is okay too. But hitting the loop button on the venting is not actually necessary and could be stopped anytime you master your brain. Also remember, freeing yourself from self-limiting beliefs or doubts is the first step to being primed for action. Hope this video was somehow helpful. Stay tuned with us for more such information. This is Nisha PS.